Yes, I'm standing in front of a sign that says yield to taxiing aircraft. Hi, I'm Wendy Guth, founder of Rebel on the Go Travel, creating real, radical, life-changing travel experiences for rebellious women wherever we can get it. And as all of you are hunkering down, you know what I mean, wherever we can get it. I know that for me, traveling under my own power has become not only my mission, but definitely my mantra. I happen to be fortunate that I am on a fairly empty military base right now with absolutely no one around. So going out for a bike ride is just a pleasure. And the rest of the time, when the base has people, I hunker down in my hotel room and have to spend time doing the only thing that a rebel on the go can do, and that is turn my power inward and daydream and fantasize and all those good things. And it hit me actually yesterday when I had an opportunity to Skype, or actually Zoom, with my maternal grandmother's, and our bikes just came crashing down, my maternal grandmother's family. And it just had my mind racing. I was immediately like, I want to go to the village that she's from in Eastern Europe. And one of my cousins, he and his wife own a hotel and hotel retreat and tour company in Rwanda. And I'm like, hey, I'm ready to start planning right now. So for me, it's really all about travel. And I don't think that's any of a surprise to any of you. So I thought I would just say today, why? Who actually cares about travel? And I could say, well, let me give you some reasons. And I don't know that I've actually ever talked about this before, so I'm really glad to do it. And actually, we may have the pleasure of seeing a very fast plane go by in a few minutes that's doing that taxiing, and I promise I'm not gonna cross that runway. But anyway, in the meantime, why travel? Well, one of the things is it rewires your brain. Creating new experiences actually creates new neuropaths in your brain. So, and hey, your brain is the most valuable gift we have. Hey, so this is actually like part 2. It's much quieter and no planes and not as windy. So it's a beautiful spot off the road. So I wanted to continue talking about, we were talking about neuropaths and how travel, creates the experiences that creates new neuropaths in your brain and the value of that. The next thing would be it helps you improve your relationships. And this could be with the people you travel with the people you don't travel with yourself. And I think that is actually one of the most invaluable parts of travel. Next, it creates connections. When you travel, you meet new, exciting, interesting people. And that could be whether it's for the place that you're traveling, or as I found out as I've traveled, I find people in the middle of nowhere from Maryland, which is just, again, travel creates this connection and this common bond that you share. Another thing would be, experiences are more valuable than things. When push comes to shove, you're going to remember that trip, or I'm going to remember this bike ride more than I'm going to remember, let's say, something that I purchased at the store. It's like you're going to remember the vacation that you took more than the new carpeting that you put in. So, and why are these experiences so valuable? Well, they create self-confidence, and this could be from good experiences or not so good experiences. And self-confidence is actually, it's not only good for you, but it makes you super sexy, super attractive. And actually, my husband's standing right here winking at me, so I know that's true. Also, it creates memories. And memories, especially as we get older, are what we have and what we hold on to. And if you ever notice that you think back to memories, say, from childhood, you don't remember the bad parts anymore. All you remember is the great time. Like I don't remember the tantrum my brother threw the first time we went to Disney. I just remembered the magic of being on It's a Small World and learning the words to that song. Also, it creates stories, and stories are what tie us together. They tie us with the connections, they tie us with experiences, and are so invaluable. Also, and when you travel under your own power outside, you get some vitamin D. And hey, that is really super important. It makes you healthy. And now more than ever, ways that maintain our healthiness, so unbelievably important. So, and also happiness can be pretty darn infectious. And I could also say that, and I think I've mentioned this, that some countries that have now made my list, if I have an opportunity to go to countries that are super infectious with happiness, I'm going to look at the Nordic countries, actually. Finland, Denmark, Norway, Iceland, Sweden, because they're considered to be pretty darn happy, along with Switzerland. The laughing cow is Swiss. How could that not be? How could that not be infectious? Also, the Netherlands, wooden shoes, and tulips and windmills. I'm all for that kind of happiness. Not to mention you can bike along the canals, and I am super all for that. And New Zealand, another country that is super high on my list, and also very, very happy. So anyway, it may be too soon to think about actual countries, but I'd really like you to give some thought to the elements that actually make travel so valuable, so important, how these elements can be used to fulfill your life and ultimately create happiness. And that can actually be had. Stay tuned, because that can actually be had even when you're inside, because ultimately the power is wherever you put it. So, hey, thanks so much for listening, and I'll catch you again real soon.